Hello, Divas. Welcome to Diva Wears Atlas. I'm your host, Dildar, and today's episode is a travel debrief episode of my trip to LA that I took at the end of December. I'm currently still in LA. It is a live report back. By the time you're listening and watching to this episode, it's Happy New Year already. So, Happy New Year, everyone. 2026 is going to be amazing. For those of you who don't know, I used to live in LA and I had an orthodontist appointment due that I need to come back for. So I thought, why don't I make a whole trip to LA and had the best time for a week and a half during the holiday season. And then I started to design my schedule for this LA trip. I acted as my own manager to fill my time on my day off. I arranged a bunch of interesting people to meet, a lot of creative work to do. One thing lead to another. I turned this whole a week and a half trip in LA into a work trip for my personal brand. I have a 9 to 5, but I'm also building a life outside of that I'm excited for. And this is exactly what this trip is about. In this LA trip, we actually had breakthrough in terms of personal development and self-reflection. So I hope you enjoy the travel debrief. I hope this will inspire you to also design a work trip for yourself outside of work. Does that sound appealing? I hope it is, because usually people travel for relaxation, right? This is my form of relaxing, is to switching off my gear to be busy about something else. On the second day when I landed in LA, I was walking along Malibu Beach by myself and I had the urge to talk to you divas. So I picked up my mic and I start doing the travel debrief sheer audio form. So I'm going to make sure I include that into the episode as well. So you kind of go through my LA trip in a diary format. You will hear from me real time in the beginning of the trip and then hear from me again now towards the end of the trip. If you listen and watch through the whole thing, you will realize this travel debrief episode is actually an episode about networking, about ambition, scheduling your time, and friendship, and so much more, disguised as travel debrief due to the fact that I just simply did not do anything touristic in LA. Now I'm gonna pass the mic to me at the beginning of the trip on Malibu Beach. Let's take a listen. Today is December 20th. I am reporting live through audio to you from Surfrider Beach, Malibu, California. And I'm actually walking as I'm talking to you, bare feet in the sand. I'm holding my high heels on my left hand, wearing a leather jacket with a cozy wool scarf around me because it is 6 p.m.-ish. I missed the sunset. I'm doing a nighttime beach walk. I spent 4 years of my life in LA after I graduated from college. I really started my life as an adult in LA, found different full-time jobs, really build up my career in that way. So LA is a special place to me. This time too, when I'm driving in the familiar streets I used to live in La Brea area, I just was overwhelmed by a sense of nostalgia. Not in a sense that I wish I could go back to before, in a sense that, wow, I did that. Wow, I've lived through that. And now I'm here. And it's such a rewarding, comforting feeling. First and foremost, this trip, I'm reconnecting with my old friends from LA. I got invited to 2 Christmas dinners. For me, this is such a precious thing. Most of the time, I live a solitary lifestyle. I work, and after work, I work on my own thing. Not in a negative way, but a peaceful way. So it is nice to really savor and enjoy social time and laughters in LA this time. Catching up with everybody, how their lives have evolved, how they have matured as I have matured. The other exciting things I'm doing: on 21st, 7 p.m., I'll be on KXLU.com, 88.9 FM, on a show called Mystic Pete Chronicles. Pete has a radio show on KXLU. He has invited me to go on and talk about Uyghur culture and share Uyghur music. I'm so beyond excited to be able to share my culture to more people. To many of the listeners in the US of that radio show particularly, I bet that it will be the first time they heard about my ethnicity and who I am, my culture. And it's a live radio show. There is no editing tomorrow at the show. So hopefully I will do good and don't stutter, be my own PR person, answer the question well. As long as I could do that, I think I'm golden. But I will report back later in this episode. So on 26th, I will have a Diva Wears Atlas guest episode in the hotel. And I also plan to spend a lot of time from different cafes. I have so much work to do for the online course that I'm launching, beginner Uyghur language course. Hi Divas, quick interruption to the episode because I have an exciting news to share. On January 15th, beginner Uyghur language course that I've designed for you will officially be open for enrollment. So if you're watching or listening to this after January 15th, you can directly go to the website 1001nightsoflessons.com, secure your spot, sign up for the course. It is speaking focused, 8 weeks long program. We meet every week over Zoom to learn a piece of Uyghur language and culture. Regardless if you're watching or listening to this before January 15th, what you can do now is to sign up for the waitlist on the website. It is the same website, 1001nightsoflessons.com. I'll remind you when it's time to enroll on January 15th. Now, back to the episode. And that's why on this trip for LA, I need to really manage my time well and also squeeze in some focus time for my business. I love this whole experience of creating the Uyghur language course. It is my first business, actually, that I'm owning from my website, sourcing my own list of customers and market it myself, and I've learned so much throughout this whole process. There are a lot of things I just simply don't know what to do at all. I just keep reminding myself, figure out how, and nothing can stop you. The other process I enjoy is just the sheer learning involved with designing the course. I just got addicted to the feeling of learning deeply about a topic. I'm learning so much as I go. I'll have an opportunity to teach these things to you. Back to the trip. So it's only been 2 days since I'm in LA, so there's not too much to update you besides my planning and my vision I had for this trip. In a few seconds, you will hear from future me if all of the things I planned to do and told you that I will do actually happened. And I can report back to you the things that I said I will do. In the audio clip, I did them all. Post radio show, I received 2 DMs from strangers who didn't know me before and found me after hearing my appearance. And they all said that they loved my presentation, thanked me for sharing what I shared about Uyghur culture. No nitpicking, no regrets. Overall, I'm so proud of her, who did the thing that she said she's gonna do and did an amazing job. I share some clips on my social media, so you can check it out at Dildar Abdu, on Instagram, Dildar Abdu dash. Also, I will be posting a vlog of my LA trip, and you will see the behind the scene of the radio show as well. So check out my YouTube at Dildar Abdu. I will link it in the show notes, in the descriptions. I don't get nervous for things like this anymore. I don't get fazed by imposter syndrome as much. In fact, I'm ready to show up. I noticed this confidence in myself of what I know and what I can offer, really communicating that without self-doubt and with so much self-trust. It comes from just experience of doing enough of self-exposure online, or actually you develop a muscle to control your nerve better before public speaking. The more you do it, the more that I prep for something, the more I overthink it and make it into something bigger than it is. The key is to show up for an opportunity or a public speaking or anything similar to this realm as yourself, knowing that you are enough and you're prepared. You're going to live in the moment. If you overthink it and feel too anxious about the future, when the future arrives, you will mess it up. Enjoy the moment. I think that is the key ingredient. I manifested every single details of my trip. So now let's talk about manifestation. I manifested details as little as what outfit I'm gonna wear for each occasion and every day. To even this hotel room, I was envisioning I'm gonna get upgraded to a room, because with MX car you get upgraded anyway, but I was envisioning the size of the room and everything, and it's exactly what I imagined. And then I manifested like all the process of the interviews I will be doing, what questions I will be asking, or how I'm going to answer everything in my head. And it all happened exactly like that. Everything that I wanted to do, every person that I wanted to meet, it all happened like that. So I felt the power of manifestation with bias for action. These two together is unstoppable. You will become a witch who have premonitions. Yeah, that level. I'm so dramatic. It's just a trip in LA that went well. But you get what I'm saying on manifestation, right? It feels good. It feels good to do what you say you're going to do. And that's also how you build self trust. And on this trip, I've met so many interesting people, old friends, new friends. And on the topic of new friend, I would like to share with you how I did it. It is through networking. It is through just cold reaching out to people you found interesting, that you found worth your time talking to. And do not be scared of rejection, and do it intentionally, because your time is also valuable. To be honest, my entire 20s, I have not done this very well. It is probably the crippling imposter syndrome clouded the world away from me. But now the fog is slowly going away, and I'm just getting started on asking to connect with people who are interesting, collaborating together, and network in a powerful way. I'm just starting. I can already feel its power, so I'm not going to stop anytime soon. Nowadays, you can use Instagram. I think social media to network with people is 100 times better than LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is really good for like a 9 to 5 job or B2B businesses, right? I think nowadays social is where the connections are at. If you want to find any sort of talent to collaborate with, people who are doing cool things out there, putting out their work, you can find there and then see how you can work together, or even just learn from them. I'm constantly thinking about what kind of interesting, diverse guests to bring on to highlight their stories, their fascinating minds. So just know that very exciting guests are coming. Reach out to more people, network. I'm just amazed that through Instagram I can find these amazing people to talk to. Let's just say, I'm gonna give other examples that I can see it's really powerful. I booked a photographer for the new Diva Wears Atlas cover shoot. This girl, I found her through Instagram because the photographer has a body of work that I can refer to. If you have a service, you definitely need to post your work more, make yourself searchable so your clients online, millions of people can easily search you in your city and use your service. Photographers, nail artists, painters, right? The commission artwork. There's so many things you can do with it. And I'm sure one of this thing is aligned with your passion and hobby that you can turn into a really good business for yourself. And tomorrow I'm going to a yoga class. So that's the other thing that I also did this trip, is to have a ritual of working out, whether it's at your hotel gym or sign up for a free trial week. Keep your body moving and have something constant in your ever-changing day throughout your travel days. I have major journaling to catch up on. It's just been a crazy week in LA, so I didn't have journaling moment, but essentially this is my video journal. Thank you so much for listening and watching today's episode, today's travel debrief. I hope you liked my takeaways. If you enjoy listening to me talk every week, please remember to subscribe to Diva Wears Atlas wherever you listen to podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We're gonna have an amazing year. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.